Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Question Time. During question time, you can ask me any question about English grammar, conversation, pronunciation, or even American culture. A common question I hear during question time is, how do you pronounce regular verbs in the past tense? Now, as you know, regular verbs in the past tense have an ed ending. But depending on the verb, there are three different pronunciations of the ed ending. First, if we have a base verb ending in T or D, the sound of ed is id. Id. Let's look at some examples. Wanted. Wanted. You see, the base verb is want. Want ends with a T. Want ends with a T, so the ed ending is pronounced id. Wanted. Wanted. Another common example is needed. Needed. The base form is need. Need ends with a D, so when we add ed, we must say id, needed. Here, it's okay to add an extra syllable. We say needed. The base form is need, and the past form is needed. So we added one syllable. If the base form ends with T or D, it's okay to add an extra syllable. Want, wanted. Need, needed. Next, my friends, if we have a base verb ending in a P, F, X, K, S, SH, or CH sound, the sound for the ed ending is t, t, like a T sound. So again, if the base verb ends with p, f, x, k, s, sh, ch, the ed will have a t sound. For example, watched, watched. The word watched ends with a ch sound, ch. So then the ed sounds like t. Watched, watched. The word work ends with a K sound. So with ed, the pronunciation is worked, worked, worked. The word wash ends with an sh sound, wash. So with ed, the pronunciation is washed, washed. So again, watched, worked, washed. It is important in this category that there is no extra syllable. It is incorrect to say worked. The pronunciation is worked, or here, watched, watched. So the word watch has one syllable. The past tense watched has one syllable. It is not watched. It is watched. Watched. So again, watched, worked, washed. Or very quickly, watched, worked, washed. We have one more category, my friends. If we have a base verb ending in an L, N, R, G, V, Z, B, M, or a vowel sound, the ED has a D sound, like the letter D. So again, if your base verb ends with L, N, R, G, V, Z, B, M, or vowel sound like A, the ED will sound like a D. D, D. Let's look at some examples. Play has a Y on the end, but the Y makes the vowel sound A. Play. So the ED makes a D sound. Played. Played. The word clean has a N sound at the end, an N sound. Clean has the ED on the end pronounced like D. Cleaned, cleaned. The word close has a Z sound. Close, close. So you see an S, but the sound in English is similar to a Z. Close. So then the ED has a D sound. Closed, closed. So again, we have played, cleaned, and closed. And just like the previous category, there is no extra syllable. We say played, not played. Cleaned, not cleaned. And closed, not closed. So again, no extra syllable. Played, cleaned, closed. Now, my friends, this is a lot to remember. So my advice is to practice a few verbs every week and listen to how Americans pronounce them. You can listen here in the United States or even with music or movies. But it is important to listen to how people pronounce these. For Americans, this is natural. They do not think, oh, this is an L sound, so I must say D. No, it is natural. For you, the T and D sounds are very similar. So don't worry too much about distinguishing these. For example, the word work. The correct sound at the end is T. So worked, worked. Yesterday, I worked. But if you say it with a D sound, it's okay. Worked, worked. It's similar to a T sound, so they sound similar. However, my friends, remember the verbs that need id, because work ends with a K, We never say work it. So this is incorrect. But if you can remember that words that end with a T or D are the only ones that need id, all the other words can be pronounced with a T or D sound. Worked, played, and it will not be a problem. So, my friends, remember, practice, 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 and never give up. Bye.